Well, hello, North Star first graders. I'm Mrs. Darrall again, and it's Math Tuesday, so welcome to the lesson. I want to teach you today about shapes and symmetry. So picture yourselves back in your classrooms, and I'm sure you've probably seen these things before. Do you remember what they're called? Now, if you have all these together, they're called pattern blocks, and they all have names for every shape. Okay, so I want you to think this first shape I showed you. What is this shape called? Do you remember? How many sides does it have? There's 6 sides on here. It's called a hexagon. I always remember hexagon has 6 sides. Yeah, so go ahead, count the sides. All right, you ready for your next one? I really hope you guys know this one. Oh my goodness. What shape is this called? It's a square. That's right. How many sides does a square have? Are they all the same size? Look at the corners. Are the corners all the same size? Yep. This is a perfect square. All sides are the same. What about this one? This one's a little harder. Do you remember what this shape is called? Called a trapezoid. Trapezoid. Almost kind of looks like a trap shape if you look at it. Smaller at the top, longer on the bottom, 2 kind of sides that are slanted. It's a trapezoid. What about this one right here? This is another easy one. This is called a triangle. Now this is a right triangle. All sides are the same length. All corners look exactly the same, right? No matter how you turn it, it looks the same, right? Triangle. What's this one called? Some of you might call it a diamond shape. Ooh, I like diamonds. Yeah, diamond. Another name for this shape is called a rhombus. Yep, it almost looks like a square that's stretched out and slanted, right? It's a rhombus. Now, if you look at these sides, they're all the same length. The corners do not look the same though. These corners are really, really thin, and these corners are really, really big. Another name for the thin corner is called acute, and another name for this right here is called obtuse, when the corner is really, really big. Yeah. Here's another rhombus. It's stretched even further. Yeah, so rhombuses can be different shapes.
Do you know what I love about pattern blocks, boys and girls, is that they all just kind of fit together. They're really fun to play with because a lot of the sides are the same length. Look at that, fits right there. If you had more of these, you could fit more of them around your hexagon. What about this one here? Do you think it's gonna fit? I do. Look at that, perfect fit. Now this one's a little trickier. So we have this shape here, this trapezoid. Now, it fits right here perfectly. But what about the longer side? Does the longer side fit? Not quite the same. So they do fit in some ways, but not others. What about the square? Yep, that fits together too. You can even fit this skinny rhombus. A little bit there. They all fit together. Pattern blocks are so much fun.
Pattern blocks are also fun to build symmetry with. Can you think of anything in nature that has symmetry? I bet you already know, don't you? A butterfly. That's right. So today we're going to make a butterfly with pattern block shapes, and remember to keep both sides looking just the same. That's what symmetry means. Your goals for today's lesson are: number 1, name your pattern block shapes. Do you know all the names? Good job. Number 2, I want you to be able to build symmetry with your shapes, and we'll make a butterfly together. There'll be other activities to do on Seesaw, and don't forget about your number of the day. Here's what you need for the lesson. what you need for this week's lesson in math. Here's your number of the day page. Your choices for the number of the day are coming up next. Then you need to print your butterfly page. This is a blank butterfly. You get to add your own symmetrical designs to this butterfly. Here's what you're going to use to create symmetry on your butterfly. These are pattern blocks. I definitely want you to use these first. After you finish, you can add some of these fun, extra designs to fill in the rest of your butterfly. Don't forget to color them and make them beautiful, and do your best. It's time for your number of the day. Your choices for today are, what's that one, Mabel? My number's 22. Mabel's number is
62.
Awesome. Be sure to plug your number of the day choice into your number of the day page and do your best. All right, boys and girls, let's settle in and make this butterfly. You can tell that I'm using the hexagon to start, and I'm putting it in symmetrical places. Make sure they're facing the right directions too. Oh, there's my triangle. There's another triangle. Are they in the same spot? Yeah. Next, let's show how I glue them all together. Now I'm actually gluing my shapes down after I play with them for a little bit. Now that I know where I want them to go, I'm gluing them next to each other sometimes. Oh look, I put a heart in there. You have that from your extra shapes page. You can use the extra shapes right there to fill in the rest of your butterfly when you're done with your pattern block shapes. Look, I used rhombuses for the antennas. Be sure to color in your butterfly and use bright colors just like you'd see on a real butterfly. Oh, I'm putting a pattern in there. I'm using yellow for my first color, then I'm coming in with green, yellow, green, yellow, green. What pattern will you pick? I'm just coloring in and filling in all the extra room that I can. The rest of my butterfly is going to need color too around the back. So I'm going to color all of this in blue. What will it look like when it's all blue in the background? There we go, all blue in the background. I have my shapes ready, I have my extra shapes. Should I use these antennae or the rhombus? I think I'm gonna use the rhombus. That sounds good. And when I glue them on, I'm gonna glue them behind the head. There's my beautiful butterfly, ready to fly. You can hang your butterfly in a window or wherever you want. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching me build my butterfly today. Do you know your shapes? Did you build symmetry? I hope you're excited to build your butterfly. Don't forget to take a picture of your butterfly and send it to your teacher on Seesaw. We can't wait to see it, and we hope you have a wonderful week. Also, don't forget to do the other activities on Seesaw as well. Bye, kiddos.